So first off, look how clean it is in here, mostly-ish. Stuff got picked up, kinda. This is clean. This is clean. This is my definition of clean. On the design front, like we talked about last time, stripped everything out of the car so I could get a weight for the frame. So I kind of had like a budget on what I could make the new frame weigh, because the design software will tell me. But I kind of am at a impasse on the design because I needed to know a couple measurements. And I didn't have the parts here. So you can see right here, boop, on the old car, that's the jack shaft mount. The jack shaft mount is a pretty critical part of the car because it kind of defines where everything lives. The engine in my setup has to be exactly 11 inches back from the jack shaft. The rear axle has to be exactly 20 inches back from the jack shaft. And then the secondary, which is this chunk of aluminum right here, this thing, that mounts onto the jack shaft up there somewhere. And obviously where that lives kind of defines how far back our seating position can be, because there needs to be some clearance for that thing to spin and move, and then protection between it and the driver. So in the new car, we're trying to recline the driving position back just a little bit for a little bit more lower center of gravity, a little bit better aerodynamics. So in order to do that, I need to know where all that stuff we just talked about lives. So since we have a brand new engine that we're going to put in the car, I don't know how big it is. So I've only ever had the 494 version of our half-liter motors. And there is a 493 version, which you would think would be one smaller, but it's actually one newer. So the 493 is the newer version of the engine. And there are some other things that are different with it, and maybe once we get it all in, I might talk about engine splits. But for now, just know that it allows me to place it in the car in a more advantageous position than the 494. But I didn't have one. But now I do, thanks to Jeff Blumenthal. I got the fmod care package, which I have to show this part to you because it really cracked me up. Everybody talks about that we're out there driving lawnmowers or weed whackers or whatever. Look at the box that he shipped it in. Briggs & Stratton. You kidding me? I thought that was awesome. Okay, let's see what's in here. So we got, what's this? Looks like some gaskets. Thanks, Jeff. We got OEM exhaust manifold. Gonna need that. We've got, some, make sure it's loose. Yeah, it is. These are called MPEMs. It is basically kind of like the ECU of the motor. So there's one. Looks like there's another one in here. Wow, two. These are somewhat hard to get a hold of. Looks like we got, what is that? Pistons? It's got to be a piston. Okay, used, good shape pistons. Nice to have a couple spare pistons. Looks like that is a pull start starter ring. And what is this? This looks like, okay, we've got oil pumps. We've got water necks. We've got reed valves. We've got balance tubes. It's a whole little bag of goodies. Got pull start ring. Ooh, engine mount plate. Well, that's a fancy one. Wow. That's real fancy. What else is in here? Of course, Duck Rabbit coffee. Here, wait, I need to go put this up here by the trailer. Jeff and I send each other coffee every once in a while, so he'll have to be getting his version of that soon. Looks like just some packaging material, and then obviously the engine. Oh, and a pull start right there on the side. So this is a 493. That's exciting. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. And then whatever is in this little box, which I don't know what's in the little box. Let's find out. It's like an unboxing video. What's in the little box? Oh, jugs. Check out my fancy jugs. So, actually, this is a good time to show you why this motor is somewhat advantageous. So the old motor, the carburetor inlet was back down in the bottom of the crankcase. On these, the carburetor inlet is way up here on the jug. So it actually physically moves my carburetors up, which means I can drop the motor lower because my carburetors have to clear the rear axle. So that is awesome with pistons. So it's like and this motor is right now it's the temporary motor. It may be the motor that we run with for a couple months. It may be the motor that we run with for the year. Who knows? But the important thing is this motor is the exact same size as the 600cc motor that I would like to run. So that means everything, we can just pop this one out, put the 600cc one in, everything should line up and fit almost exactly the same. So that's where we are right now. So I'm going to get that motor out, get it all assembled, do some stuff with the exhaust manifold and the exhaust pipe and make sure it all fits in there. And that way we can figure out what our seating position is. So quick update. Time for me to unpack and clean some things up and give Jeff a call and maybe send him some coffee. That should be, this is the next big step. So this is good. Things are progressing. The build is happening. For the glory. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.